40 हो गए.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. You can take a seat. Today we are having 800 and what is the meeting number?
891.
We are having 891, like the 891 meetings of Toastmasters International, and I think we are still in the feel of sleeping, like we are not fully awakened. Are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Make us get up.
Don't make us do exercises.
No. I will not make you do exercise, but let's do one thing. We are all sitting here. Let's see like how sync are you guys with each other. Bhavesh always mentioned about the universe is in sync with your body, and atoms and molecules, they all resonance with each other. So let's do a little activity and see how better sync are you with each other. And we're gonna do a very small activity. We're gonna do the clapping sound. We usually hear 1, 2, 3, like we hear that, right? Like we have done this since forever, since our childhood. But let's do it in reverse. How about like 3, 2, 1? Will you do it? I'm not sure. Like why don't you show like 3, 2, 1? Yeah, a little difficult, right? No?
Little interesting also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not difficult.
Can we do it?
Yes.
Yeah? Let's try. This is a practice session, okay? This first one is a practice one. Go ahead. Like 3, 2, 1. Like you're like, yeah, what is that? I'm not even clapping.
I lost.
One more practice time?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay.
I'm giving.
And actually, for your benefit, Doc, I will just 3, 2, 1, and then you do like 3. Okay, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do it fast. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay, let's do it. Last time. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, cool. Nice. You guys did a great job. So this is what, like, when things comes up abruptly and which we are not so used to, that makes us uncomfortable. But that's not it. Once you practice, you do get comfortable. So that was the lesson from this activity. Moving ahead, let's go for Toastmaster International SA. As everybody in his or her life has a mission to achieve his or her goals, likewise Toastmasters Club also has a mission to provide supporting and positive learning experience in which members and guests are empowered to develop communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And how does it happen? It happens through 4 core values of Toastmasters International, and those are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And before starting the meeting, I would like to set some of the ground rules that please turn off or put your phones on silent so that it does not disturb ongoing meeting. Take your time, 5 seconds. Cool. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. So please refrain from doing so. Please do not cross-talk while the speaker is speaking here, so that it does not break the continuation of the speech. And take exit and entry of the room only during the applause time. So again, it does not break the continuation of the meeting. Thank you, and wishing each of you a great unlearning, learning, and relearning experience as we open today's meeting. I would like to invite presiding officer for the rest of the
Welcome to another round of Toastmasters. We have an interesting mix of guests and members today. A little strength is a little on the lower side, probably because of, I don't know, Holi maybe. But it's a little too early for Holi. but that's also the case. But with that being said, let me just give you a brief on how the whole meeting will look like. It will be divided into 3 parts. First, there will be a proper prepared speech sections where all our members over here who have prepared the speeches, they'll come over here and present something very interesting, whatever they a specific topic that they have picked on. The second part would be about impromptu speaking, which is called table topics. So in this section, even guests are invited, so you can be a part of this. You can just come on the stage and a random topic will be thrown at you, and then you can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And the final part is all about evaluation. Please come in.
Long day. Extremely sorry for disturbance.
So yeah, the third part is about evaluation. Evaluation is nothing but whatever we have performed over here, we need to have a proper feedback and make some observations and critical analysis on that so that we can improve next time and become a better speaker as such. With that being said, I'll see a lot of new fresh faces, so let's get to know them. And I'll just introduce yourself quickly in these 3 terms. First is your name, how did you get to know about Toastmasters, and what brought you here and what profession you are from. Okay, let's start with you.
Hi, I am Avni. I got to know about Toastmaster from a friend who goes to Toastmasters in Faridabad, and I am a trader, researcher.
So hello everyone, I am Swati. Earlier I have been part of Toastmasters, so there is a break till I think 1 year. So I am planning to join again, and I work as a trainer in a retail industry. Thank you.
I'm Pankaj, I'm a data scientist. So I have attended some guest lectures here, and now I'm trying to go for the Toastmaster.
Perfect. Let's also get to know you as well, our senior guest.
I'm Sailesh. My sister in the US has recommended me to join Toastmasters.
Wanted you, okay.
She goes there. She is a part of it from a long time. So she wanted me to take my skills up. And where I work, I have worked as a consultant.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Nitin Sharma, and I'm working carrier air conditioning as an engineering manager in mechanical department. And I heard about this through my friends and colleagues who have worked on their leadership and communication skills and really improved. So I also want to work on my soft skills to improve this.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pradhan Kandoja. This is my first session as a member. I have earlier attended as a guest 3 sessions, and I work as a consultant at PwC.
Hi everyone, my name is Preeti. I'm a chartered accountant working at Deloitte, and I have joined 1 session before, and then I was too busy with work when then I got time to this, and
Welcome to the club.
Hi everyone, my name is Salman. I'm a product manager in a tech company. I got to know from my friend actually. That's why I want to improve my communication.
Welcome. With that, with the guest introductions, now let's move on to the meat of the session, which is the team out session. So we'll be inviting on stage Toastmaster Yogesh, who is going to be our team out. Please give him a huge round of applause.
As team out, for people who are new here, that means Toastmaster of the team. My responsibility is to be the thread which stitches this whole beautiful garland of pearls, which will be the different speakers and obviously other table topics. The theme that I've chosen for today is serendipity. Serendipity, which simply means what I'm going to tell you today is that luck isn't random and you can create your own luck. Serendipity, this word, it sounds so poetic, a little romantic, random, but it's none like that. Serendipity means when something good happens by accident. Let's say an unexpected meeting, you meet someone randomly and that turns out to be a lifelong friendship or some career defining moment which you were not prepared for, or maybe some accidents which saved you from a larger accident in life. Like if I tell you I was walking out of my office, I was wearing my bag with a strap, and on my way out towards my bike, that strap broke and my bag fell. I've seen people in that state, and they most obviously go like they have to check the laptop and all. I started laughing because the thought came to my mind: if it had happened after 5 minutes, that bag could have dropped on the road. Multiple accidents could have happened. I could have lost a lot of things. So that was a serendipity on its own. Now we need to understand, have you ever seen, like just raise your hand, have you ever seen or looked at someone successful and said, they're just lucky? Just raise your hand if you have ever thought that. No one? A room of saints. Like maybe they were at the right time, at the right place, with the right people, and that's how it turned out to be so good. And when we look at ourselves, we think we are not as lucky as anyone else because all the bad things keep happening to me. If a black cat crosses my road and I pass through it, that cat is going to have a bad day. That is my luck. But for that, I need to bring in a certain important statistic before you start thinking you're not lucky. Do you know what is the probability of you being born as a human being exactly like you are today? With the same DNA structure, with same facial features, at the same place, same time that you were born. What is the probability of that? Any guesses?
I think it's 10 raised to power 42 or something. Something like a very insane number.
Yes, like you said, it's 1 in 400 trillion. So before you think I'm not lucky, random things cannot happen to me, every single day, such random instances, meeting and getting into a good mood or turning it into a good opportunity, those things happen more often than 1 in 400 trillion. And today, as your team mod, my responsibility will be to make sure that your horizon is expanded and you can see yourself as a lucky person and how you can control your own luck. With that said, let's move on to the meat of the section, which is I'll be bringing out the speakers, and before that I'll bring out the evaluators. So I have introduction of all of the people. Before calling out the speaker Alicia, I would like to introduce on stage Toastmaster Meenakshi.
General evaluator.
Oh, I have to ask for GE. This is my
Yeah.
first time in the team board. I would first like to invite on stage Toastmaster Saurav, the general evaluator.
So I'm again back on the stage, and my role is of general evaluator. It's simple. It's to be observant of the whole meeting and analyze the good and bad of the whole meeting and just present a picture. With that being said, we also look at different aspects in terms of speaking, whether it is time, whether it is how the words are flowing, is it pleasant to hear. Third is the kind of language you're using, is it appropriate, is it contextual, and then of course, are you listening as well, as a whole? Because if you want to be a good communicator, you also have to be a good listener. Otherwise, you won't be able to communicate the right and the precise information that the other person might be looking for. With that being said, let me also introduce specific people who are going to be playing these specific roles. So let's start with our grammarian. Shailesh, please come here and explain your role. I can assist you, don't worry. Please give him a huge round of applause. Keep the energy up. Shailesh, please explain your role.
As a grammarian, I just look up to the grammar that people are taking up, just sentences of phrasing. If there could be anything better that could be done. I was also observing how much the keyword of the day and idiom of the day are being used by the people in their speeches. And yeah, as the first time, I would also be very much open to learning and also just seeing how people communicate in creativity of their words.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Just additional for you to as a grammarian role, because this might be the very first time you are going to play this role. So whenever you are noting down the points, and if someone has presented something which is good and we can learn from, do mention the names. if something which is to be improved or not so good, don't mention the name, just mention what was to be improved. That's it, right? That's the rule in play. Now let's invite on stage our counter, Toastmasters timing guest Swati now.
Today I'm playing the role of a counter. So many times people use, like us, we use filler words or overuse so well like. So I will be noting down such words and presenting my report in the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. The next participant is that of timer, and Meenakshi is playing that one. Please give her a huge round of applause and invite her on stage. Meenakshi on timer.
Good morning, everyone. Before I explain my role, just can we do an activity? I would request each one of you to raise your hand. Raise your hand. And silently count 10 seconds in your mind. And then stop. Stop. Okay, so how many of you feel that the 10 seconds were longer than you thought? That's exactly a speaker feel when I show the red card. So, my name is Meenakshi. I'll be your timer for today's session. I'm your friendly timer, so I will not control your speech, but I will definitely control the timing of your speech. So let me share the timings first, then the cards. So the timings for the today's TMOD session, TMOD timing is 1 to 2 minutes. And for the prepared speeches, 5 to 7 minutes. For the table topic guest and members, 1 to 2 minutes. And for the evaluator, 2 to 3 minutes. Now, let me show the cards. If I show the green cards, means you're doing great, just you have reached the minimum time allotted, but you can continue gracefully. If I show the yellow cards, it means wrap it up. Its time is just getting finished. You will still get 30 seconds of grace period. And if I show red, it means time up. Now you have to conclude your speech quickly, but still you have 30 seconds as a grace period for every cards. At the end of the report, at the end of the session, I will submit my report and I will share who has mastered the art of speaking on time, because Toastmasters is not about only speaking well, it's about who speak or who finish well. Thank you.
Thank you. Now finally, let's welcome on stage our there's no listener for today?
We don't have.
Okay, let's skip that one. So we'll be going back to our team mode now, and let's continue our session, and I'll be back at the third part of the meeting. Over to you.
We have established what is serendipity. Everyone knows it? Yes. You also have to. You don't know. Serendipity is whenever something good happens by accident. Okay? Now you know? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. He also knows. Now everyone knows in this room. Now let me establish it with some examples. We can think obviously like if I moved towards my left and something good happened, that is a very minute positive change in my life. That means it's not that big deal, right? In 1928, Alexander Fleming came back to his lab after a vacation. When he came back, on his table he saw that a petri dish has been molded. Anyone else would have just seen the rotten dish and threw it out, but as a scientist, he closely observed it. And he found that the mold was killing all the bacteria. He worked upon it, his observation improved, he tested it, and then he created, because of that rotten dish, a medicine called penicillin. Till this date, that medicine has saved all across the world over 200 million lives. Just because of that rotten dish, which happened by accident. That means there is a possibility that at this moment in your life, whenever you're doing anything, there is a possibility that something great is happening across you, which you're not noticing. Now, in the next phase, I'll tell you how you can notice it. But before that, I would like to invite, before speaker Alicia, I would like to invite our evaluator, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Just read to it and then push me.
Hello everyone. I will be evaluating Alicia. She is on her level 1 speech 4 and the title of the speech is When I Tried Something. So she has asked me to evaluate on overall body language, content and speech. So I'll be evaluating on the basis of that. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Alicia. She hails from Himachal Pradesh. She is a coder. She enjoys traveling. And already the topic has been introduced, but I would like to introduce it again. When she tried something new. So make sure you pay attention because people from Himachal are very good at some minute details. I've stayed there for 1.5 years. So make sure you pay attention. Toastmaster Alicia, when I tried something new, Toastmaster Alicia.
He can be the timer for this one, you can evaluate.
So good morning everyone, fellow Toastmaster and guests. So have you ever seen interesting while scrolling Insta reel at 2 AM, then you thought this look interesting and lastly you tried it. This happened to me because most of time but we decided at 2 AM, this is very meaningful deep hour but we decided at 2 AM most of the time. By 9 AM we forgot everything. From tomorrow we decided from tomorrow I'll go for a gym, from tomorrow I'll eat healthy, but by 9 AM we didn't follow anything, we forgot everything. So one day, one night, while scrolling Insta reel at 2 AM, randomly I saw a reel, someone was drawing pattern, filling colors, calm music in the background, and that looked interesting and peaceful. And I thought this looked very interesting and I scrolled and passed it. Again on the next day, again same time, at 2 AM, that same type of reel with different persons. So again, because of this is how the Instagram algorithm works. Then I thought, why so many people are drawing pattern, filling colors? It just looked like crazy thing. But it was in mandala art reel. So mandala, maybe you already knew about mandala art. Mandala is basically, traditionally it represents balance, peace and wholeness. It basically, mandala pattern is basically always start from the center. It's basically circular design, always start from the center and expand outward with the same tiny repeated patterns. So I saw that reel with same patterns that was showing not just with the random hobby account. Most of busy professional was drawing pattern, filling color. And I got curious, one part of me, why they are doing this crazy silly thing. Another part of me, why so many serious professionals are doing mandala art and filling patterns. Even they were talking about productivity, balance, stress, anxiety. Then I decided, should I try this and not? And somehow I ordered structured pattern design book online, and next day in my free time I picked a color and I started from the center, just filling color. No notification, no smartphone, no any Insta scrolling, because you can't be multitask while design pattern. You have to be focused, because if you rush it, your design will be spoiled. So this is how I started this random thing, and after 20 to 30 minutes, one thing surprised me. My mind calmed down, and this looked very interesting, and my mind slowed down. So this is how I started mandala in my free days. It's not a small hobby. It's not a life-changing hobby, but it's really helped me. Although this is how it helped me. So I do mandala in my weekends, in my weekday, in my weekend, and in my free time. So I decided this is my new habit, and in my free day, this is how I do mandala. So sometimes crazy things you see at 2 a.m. that really help you a lot. Thank you.
A wonderful speech, a wonderful experience shared by her. Till this point, do we remember what is serendipity? Yes? Do you remember what medicine was created from a molded dish?
Penicillin.
Penicillin. Good. Now she was talking about trying something new. In 1968, Spencer Silver at 3M tried to create something new, a super strong adhesive, which can be used in industries and all, but he failed. He created something which was really weak. For years, it just laid on his desk. Arthur Fly was another scientist. He was a friend. He would use that adhesive, which was created by his friend, as a bookmark, because it's not strong. I would just put it on paper, put it there. Okay, this is important. I'll remember it, and keep reusing it. And then they realized the potential of it. That failed adhesive, which was of no use for those people after years, became the post-it notes. A small paper, a little weak glue, which you can just put anywhere. And that failed product annually does $1 billion per year globally. So before you look at your life and think everything that is going wrong with you, I'm just maybe a big failure, I'm not lucky, only bad things happen to me, maybe think again. Maybe failing is also a luxury. There are many people in this world to whom world is very cruel just because they were born in a certain place, at a certain family, with certain financial background. They don't even dare to take risk, to challenge themselves. Because failure means you won't be eating today. So if you're failing at something, take a look at it again. Maybe there was something which you could have learned. And that lesson could be very valuable for another person when he comes to you for advice asking, can I do this thing? You tell him, no, I wasted 2 years of my life and it did not turn out well. I would also recommend that you do not do it. And because of your failure, you are now saving that same amount of pain and time from other people's life. And you will do it for the rest of your life. That is serendipity. Now, before we move on to next speaker, Toastmaster Sachin, I would like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Bhavish. A huge round of applause.
Morning everyone. My job here as an evaluator is to be able to evaluate Sachin's speech, and I'm going to evaluate on various criteria like speech clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort, and interest. There is also one thing that he wants me to specifically focus on, that is his speech speed and expressions with the content. Now, the purpose of this speech is to practice applying speech evaluation feedback and serve. I don't know. Anyhow, his pathway is persuasive leadership, and he is going to deliver his level 1 project 4 speech.
Thank you. I would like a brief introduction of Sachin, the guy with the craziest accent you'll ever see on this planet. And trust me, it is really good, because I've seen like experienced marketing people in the US telling Indian people that if you want to make it here, the first thing you need to do is kill your perception, because they will think because you're coming from a third world country, we should pay you less. And the moment you're able to speak so fluently like a English first language country person is talking, you're going to be certainly someone they're not going to look down at. So that is something you should really learn, improve it and build one for yourself like he has built. Sachin is from Gaya, Bihar. He likes food, always up for cold coffee. Though I've never seen him drinking cold coffee, or he has never asked me, let's go out for a cold coffee, but he's always up for it. He's trying to love life more with cooking, traveling, watching movies. By profession, he's software engineer, technical writer, working in a security firm. And the topic for today is hands on the mouth. Please, huge round of applause. Toastmaster Sachin, hands on mouth, Toastmaster Sachin.
Thank you. There was a little girl, as young as she didn't even remember how old she was, playing, giggling, laughing, roaming around her home, and she believed that the world is so safe, so good. At times, when she was alone in her home, a man, almost 5 or 6 times her age, would give her a chocolate and put his mouth on her and do the evil and let his evil thoughts win. And that day, humanity lost. We, men, as a society failed. The education system failed. Moral values disrupted. Ladies and gentlemen, over 67,000 reports were filed. Over 67,000 cases were filed as reported by National Crime Report Bureau in 2023 against child abuse under POSCO Act. Over 47,000 cases were registered in 2021. But this is not it. Think about those cases which were not even registered. Those were just behind the gates. And most of the times, child abuse is not done in the dark alleys. They are done behind the familiar doors. They are done by familiar faces. This is called grooming, where the perpetrator, over a period of time, gains the trust of a little child by giving chocolates, small gifts, carrying her on the shoulder, asking to stay after the tuition as well for more attention, so that the girl will learn something more. But little did she know what was the intention of the perpetrator. assuming she would like it. She liked to be on the shoulder of a guy. She liked to see how does it look from the top. She liked to feel how good this toffee or this chocolate is. But behind the subconscious mind, it's so sad. That was not the intention. The intention was something different, and which is again so sad that she didn't even know, and she was in the confusion. Is it normal? Is it the right thing? Should I speak about it? Why am I feeling uncomfortable? Should I talk to my mom? And this confusion, ladies and gentlemen, carries on forever, like for years and decades. And it's after maybe 10 years, 12 years, 15 years when the girl grows up, when she becomes an adult, and then the flashback hits. And that confusion turns into horror childhood memory. And that leads to sometime anxiety, fear, and many a times a rage against men community. That confusion, which she didn't even know what is it, when she didn't even know the word bad or inappropriate touch. It's just a biological memory that hits her after 10 years, 15 years, and now she hesitates to talk about it because she doesn't have the one to whom I should share with. Reaching out to doors, therapist, because in her own family, she didn't find the one that she can talk about. We fail as a society at the very moment when the one perpetrator made that evil incident. We, as educated and a moral person, what can we do at this moment? We need to teach our little child that this is your body, and any inappropriate touch is absolutely not entertainable. Reach out to someone if you are feeling uncomfortable. If you are in confusion, that little child too should reach out to anyone she wants to. And it wouldn't happen on her own. We need to provide that secure space for her. We need to provide that attention to her. Hey, little girl, if you feel like somebody is touching you inappropriately, you need to come to me, even if you are in confusion. Because back then, nobody knows whether it's sure shot or a confusing stuff. We, as a parents, students, friends, we need to be aware and vocal about it as much as you can. Silence is not the justice to that perpetrator evil activity. We need to be vocal about it. Silence only is not letting that perpetrator go through any trial. Silence is not an option. Let's teach to our kids, let's teach to our siblings that inappropriate or confusing touch is bad. And let's talk about it. Thank you.
A very powerful speech. A very powerful speech. Not much to add, but to think. And obviously, with the things going on, like we've seen fires and all those things that are happening across the world. He's right. these things starts in smaller rooms, and because we are not vocal about it, these are never improved. And as a society, we need to be vocal about it. Moving forward, back on the theme of today, we have established few things. Now, it's not always in the big things, serendipity. For those people who are new, the theme of today is serendipity, and what does it mean?
You can say it again. You will listen it better.
That means any good thing that happened by accident, that is serendipity. I'll tell you a little story. I was going back home, so I took a bus from Gurgaon bus stand. I was waiting for a bus to Rohtak. It's a 2-hour journey. I saw a shop and I was like, yeah, I should get a water bottle. But the moment I was walking, I saw a bus moving past me, and it was the bus that goes halfway, then I can change. And I was like, why not? Let's just get on it. I was sitting in that bus. The conductor came to me, and then he surprised me that this bus is not going to Rohtak. That is a marketing scheme that we run. We'll drop you at Badurgarh, and then we'll tell you this bus. Go. But they will board you by saying that they are taking you home. Now, I have reached Badurgarh and I'm like, I'm thirsty, I need to get water. The moment I stepped down of the bus, I saw another bus going, that is going to Rohtak. And I was like, okay, I'll board this. Maybe some random seller will come, he'll sell the water bottle to me. I sat down. For the first time in my life, no one came. And my thirst has grown so exponentially that even when I'm talking, my mouth vocal cords are so dry I cannot speak. I reach at Rohtak, my father is coming to pick me up. I saw a small shop and I went there. I was like, I'll take a water bottle. But then I saw Diet Coke. I was like, why not? Not a random Sunday on which you see Diet Coke in Rohtak. So I was like, I'll get it. I got a can. I sat in auto. I'm sitting in in auto, there are two structures. One is lower, one is a little upper in a sharing auto. So I'm sitting there. I'll take a little more time. I'm sitting there and I was like, okay, now I'll open the Coke and I'll drink it. There was a lady sitting right in front of me. She has not seen a Diet Coke can. She was looking at me with the eyes that this random guy is drinking beer in an auto with ladies around him. She was like, and I was like, but to my surprise, when I needed something for my throat very urgently, I did this and the ceiling of auto touched. So my can is not going up. So no Coke is going in my mouth. I was like, 2 drops came. Now new ceiling has been touched. So I go a little more down. That lady is still looking at me, that this guy, he is drinking beer right in front of me. And even when God is giving him sign not to drink it, he will adjust himself to drink it. Half of the can down. Now the last part of the Diet Coke can is very troublesome. Because you'll have to turn the can totally upside down. But the ceiling is really high. And suddenly something happened. Some people got off the auto and I came on the lower side of it. Now I can drink it fully. I'm drinking and suddenly a speed breaker came and auto jumped. And to my surprise, there was a big light in auto. I don't know why. I don't know why. And it is supposed to be in center, but in that auto, that was right above me. That came and and that can dropped from my hand. Now I'm beating very passionately. I got back home and I drank water first. This is a little funny story how something happened, but now whenever I'm traveling, I always carry a water bottle with me because this time I was going home. But I don't know where I'm going and I might not be able to get it. A small example of serendipity, and maybe one day it will save my life or someone else who really needs it and I'll be able to pass on water to him. So some things don't need to be planned. Before we move forward to speaker Toastmaster Vishwajit, I would like to invite on stage his evaluator, Toastmaster Harsh. A big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh. Vishwajit is working on presentation mastery. He is on level 3. This is his second speech. The agenda of the speech is practicing vocal variety. He will have to use his voice to communicate and enhance the speech. This, please note, this speech should not be a content of the understanding of vocal variety project. I would be rating him on the loudness, pitch, voice quality, articulation, and vocal variety. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Vishwajit is a procurement professional. This is his level 3 speech 2. Hey, I must tell you one thing that you must learn from him. He is one of the most consistent people in Toastmaster.
And most responsible.
And most responsible one. So that one thing you should learn about from him. He's passionate about operations, sales, technology. He likes fiction, manga, debating and running. And if anyone is thinking in their mind that manga and anime is cartoon, meet me outside. Because it is not, and his speech title is The Wrong Race. Toastmaster Vishwajit, The Wrong Race, The Wrong Race, Toastmaster Vishwajit. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh. A very warm good morning to all fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'll start by asking a question. Did it happen to you that you were going through your LinkedIn feed and you saw someone who got promoted, or you saw someone doing really well in their life, or on Instagram you saw the beautiful girls of your college and school getting married to monkey-faced and mouse-faced people? Did it arise any tinge of envy or jealousy in any of you? Does it happen to anyone?
Pity, sort of. This sort of pity.
Self-pity, yeah, maybe.
No, not self-pity. Pity for them.
Pity for them. Oh,
yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, it happens to me a lot. If I look at the people whom I studied with school, many of them are making more money than me. People in my BTech and in my MBA cohort, many of them are much ahead of me in their career paths. All my college and school crushes are married to someone else. Most of my friends, all of my friends are married. Some of them are divorced, and out of them, some have got married again. They are starting their second innings. And I am yet to start my first inning. So if I were to live my life comparing myself to others, I will go completely crazy, completely bonkers. Right? So from our childhood, we are programmed in this way. Compare yourself with the kid next door, compare yourself with your peers, marks, ranks, package. This is how we compare ourselves with others. This is how we think about what we should do next, right? But is this the most efficient or most optimal way of operating? Is it how we step up the game? Think about it. It's like a race. Someone is running barefoot. Someone is 10 meters ahead. Someone is, having those bikes that were there in Dhoom and running ahead. So everyone is operating in a different context, but we are measuring everyone with the same yardstick. The yardstick for comparison is same, but everyone has a different starting point, everyone has different needs, everyone has a different background, right? So it brings upon a question: what is, if this is the wrong race to be in, if comparing yourself with others creates frustration, if it makes you envious, what is the right race to be in? My thought on this is that the right way to look at it is that you should compare yourself, you should compete with yourself, your earlier version of yourself, the way you were a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, right? Because that way you will not be envious. you will always be on a growth journey and you will not feel frustrated. Picture it as two runners. Runner 1, he is running, and while running, he is looking back and thinking, oh, are others behind me or are they going to catch up? While there is runner 2, who is calm, focused, running, looking at his breath, looking at how much distance he has covered, right? Aham Brahmasmi, totally focused. So which one you think is going to do better? First one, maybe, I don't know. But my personal belief is the second one. The one who is more focused, who has his eye on the prize, that where he wants to reach, who is comparing only himself to his earlier version. Now, if I tell you, yes, from tomorrow compete with yourself, that's the magic wand. That's it, right? No. So let me tell you my thinking on how we should. There needs to be a process, right? So let me give you some actionable. Number 1, when this question comes in your mind, when you are seeing someone who is doing better than you, you need to stop asking this question. Am I behind or is that person ahead? These questions are poison. A better question to ask is, what am I building? Why? Because money, power, success, these are all outcomes. Building a house, this is an outcome. But you need to focus on the process. What will get you there? Thinking about the outcome will never get you there. Coming to the second actionable can be, you need to have your personal scorecard. Not a grand plan, I mean to say, just a simple scorecard. One skill that you are building, one habit that you are trying to improve, one relationship that you are investing in, right? Simple scorecard. Actionable number 3, when there is social pressure, when your relatives are asking, what is happening with your marriage, when are you getting married? Or when your mother is saying, look at that guy, he is having 1 crore, 1 CR package. So at that time, just smile and politely say whatever you want to say, because at that time reacting and doing anything out of it is meaningless, because the people who are giving you those suggestions are only seeing a snapshot of you. They don't know your entire journey. They don't know how you have reached where you have reached. Another actionable which I can think of is that maybe some of you will say that comparing myself to others, is it like being less ambitious, like being lazy? Maybe you might think that, but the way to look at it is that when you are comparing, when you are working, comparing with yourself, when you are competing with your earlier version of self, it will lead to growth. And when you will compare with others, it will lead to frustration. Use competition only as a data point. It's only an information that should help you diagnose what you need to do when you are building anything. So next time when some relative and when your mother compares you with Sharma ji ka beta, you need to take a pause and think whether you are in the right race and in the wrong race. If you are in the wrong race, then step off and bring back your focus. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishwajit. I think some people are. Good thing about his speeches is obviously we face those things every single day. Good thing about me is, in my colony, Sharma ji ka beta used to do drugs. So no one told me anything. But Sharma ji ki beti was nice. Now, coming back to serendipity, for people new here. Serendipity is the theme for today, which means good things that happen by accident. We have established that serendipity lies in failure. It might be failure for you, but there is a lesson to learn. We have also learned that serendipity happens randomly, you just have to be aware about it. Now, taking in another example, theme which I'm talking on right now, serendipity has a ROI over a long period of time. In 1972, Steve Jobs dropped out of Reed College. After that, he did a class on calligraphy, did not use it for more of his life. But after 10 years, when Macintosh was developed, calligraphy became a very signature defining feature which made them different from the whole market. Now, does question come to your mind? I've been giving so many examples that he's only talking about famous people. Those people are lucky. I can see it in your eyes, you're thinking that. And you should.
Luck doesn't happen by chance, it's the efforts.
You learned the lesson, you learned the lesson. Thank you, that's my job done.
There's this famous movie, na, Chak De India, in which the goalkeeper, some person congratulates the goalkeeper.
Left marega, right marega.
No. Before the shot, she appreciates her, saying that you saved a goal in one of the domestic matches. You were lucky. She said it was not lucky, it was a divine intervention. So, the dots do connect.
Yes, the dots do connect. And when we look at famous people, obviously things come to our mind that they are just outliers, and outliers cannot be used as example because average median fails a lot. So I would like to give example of a common person. A friend recently told me that he started reading books a long time back. In his company there was a fest that was going to happen, so he had to dance. He has been a non-dancer most of his life. And when he went to practice, he was like, I cannot do it. He came back, but there was a book sitting on a shelf and the title was The Mountain Is You. He started reading it but did not understand his message. The message was that the mountain of obstacles, the thoughts, your perception is all within yourself. And the moment you remove that from your life, you can achieve anything. Because the mountain is you. He learned that lesson. He went back to the training. He choreographed and he did the performance. A non-dancer, beating dancer, came second in that competition. And that performance is something that he remembers. And he shows to all of the people. And this story is not of an outlier. The story is of this guy sitting in this room. Serendipity happens to common people like us if we are aware. Moving to the next speaker. Before inviting speaker Pushpendra, I would like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Jasprit. Give a round of applause.
So there was a reel, we were talking about reels the other day. I saw a beautiful reel at 2 AM the other day. It was a nostalgic ad. Remember the Airtel ad? Umeedon wali doob, sunshine wali asha, umeedon something. So it showed a very specific image in which they was talking about literacy rates in India, that so many people can't read, but at the same time there are 13 children who are starting to read fairy tales every second. So it's up to us how we look at positive. Fairy tales was something really nice. I used to enjoy when I was a kid the stories, the Hansel Greetels, the Cinderellas. We all love stories, we all resonate with stories. And today we are lucky to have a speaker who is attempting his level 3 project 2, connect with storytelling. The purpose of his speech is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is story. Stories are what makes us humans, and stories is what connects us from this life to the next. On that note, I would request the Toastmaster of the day to take it forward.
Thank you, Jasprit. As I invite Pushpendra, there's a little introduction. Next speaker is Pushpendra Singh Champawat. He works as a product manager in Apollo 24/7 and comes from Blue City of Jodhpur. Whenever you need a medicine, you know whom to call. I'm not looking at him, but you know whom to call. He joined Toastmaster with a clear intention. He wants his speeches to stay with people long after they leave the room. Today he's presenting a speech that is mind-bending and likely to stay with you. The title is Your 6 Can Be My 9. Before I welcome him, like I was telling about every single person, the good thing I really like about him is I would always see him like doing different rules as many times as he can. He'll be out there doing it, and the way he does it it's like I was not expecting it before. How he will integrate humor from a different angle. It might look like it is not polished, but many people who are not polished in a certain realm, they would like to stay away so that they are in their comfort zone. But I would see him playing in that mud, getting dirty, and after that doing it all with a smile. And obviously because he's so tall, people do make fun of it. But good thing about such height is the critiques are so low that you cannot see them. So Toastmaster Pushpendra, your 6 can be my 9, your 6 can be my 9, Toastmaster Pushpendra. Thank you.
Which number do you all see?
9.
6. Some of it pretty much confident it's 6. So the confident it's 9. Why? Because there's a number you see from where you sit. The sitting is the main key here, not what you see. That's what life is, right? This was a normal situation. We laugh, we debated right now. We might turn our heads. Somebody will ask me to turn my phone. Right? Or somebody would come here and take a look. You said what's the answer. The confusion would disappear. But in real life, when situations are shocking or disturbing, we didn't do that. We rush to a decision, to a version which is comforting, easy to understand, and complete. So I want to put all of this in a situation where you need to be attendant, you need to observe, and to define from which angle you are seeing it. One early morning, a teenage girl was found dead in her bedroom. A teenage girl found dead in her bedroom. The room was locked from inside. The parents were asleep in the same house. Soon the police arrived, and the story has already built itself. The parents were calm, disturbingly calm. No collapses, no crying. The neighbors whispered, something feels off. The national media channels start looking motive. Honor, anger, control. The police looked through every evidence with the precision of suspense. The inconsistencies became lies. The calm became guilt. Their own house was posing a picture that made it look like the accused. The story seemed simple. A crime happened in a log room with family present was too obvious to ignore. It was a simple story. Tragic, but simple. Sometimes the people we care are the most dangerous. This version felt simple, felt complete. The parents were the accused. Days later, weeks passed by. The gates opened again. This time, the CV officer stood still, waiting for the walls to speak first. The floor had marks, but they don't match each other now. So, they decided to go back. Another day, but the night before. That was not any normal night. It was a routine one, no silence. One by one, all the lights turned off. The servant, finishing his work, went through the rooms, finishing everything, leaving nothing important which needs notice. After some time, a sound came. Not loud enough to wake the house, not strong enough that demands attention. It lingered for a while, then disappeared. Minutes passed. another sound. Calmer, softer, easier to ignore. Sleep returned to the rooms where once it has stood. Later in the night, a door was closed. Or perhaps was opened first and then closed again. None knew when it happened, but for the sequence. And when finally morning came, everything was a bit blurry. The parents sat there where they had sat earlier. Still calm, still contained. This time, the house was not accusing anyone. It was just giving some fragments. This time, the story had not ended. It had only opened. Two investigations, same facts, yet two truths that cannot coexist together. One sees guilt, the other sees uncertainty. The incident was not changed at all. The only thing that changed was the angle at which it was looked upon. The case never had certainty. Maybe it never could. In life, in the street net, it was not giving any answers. Not because the truth was hidden, but because the truth looks different on where you stand. Because your 6 could be my 9. Thank you.
Brilliant narration. This was Talwar case?
Yeah, Talwar case.
So first time I saw this in like Irfan Khan did a movie, The Talwar. And that was the best narration. The second best narration of this incident is when I saw the remake of that movie. And third time, you really did it well. This is one of the least talked cases and you really held the ground there. Before we move on to the table topic, the second section of this, which Toastmaster Harsh will lead. Till now we established that serendipity happens to you every single moment. You need to be aware about it. You need to be present. Now we need the third factor to finalize our formula so that we can be lucky and we can create our own luck. And that is a basic start. It's 70 to 80% of all the breakthrough things that happen by recombining already existing things. All the great artists that you'll see that there is a gist of inspiration from the forefathers or intellectual ancestors that came before. Because everything has been said before, but because people were not listening, it must be said again. So before you think to yourself that I want to do something really great in life, and you think, okay, I am not unique, I don't have any unique ideas, that guy can sing really well, he can think, his presentation is really well, I do not know anything. Take a look at all the people that have come before you. Pick out the good things from them. Recombine it in your style, within yourself. And you'll be able to see that because you have been waiting for so long, you did not even take a first step. But by looking at those 10 people, picking one thing from them, you've taken 10 steps. And that is 10 times more improvement than what you have done. Suddenly you became a lucky person because you were aware about it. So in our formula, we have 3 things: preparation, awareness, and third is recombining. Before I lay out the formula so that you can go back and use it to become the most lucky person in your life, I would like to invite Toastmaster Harsh for table topics. So give a huge round of applause. Wait, by huge, I mean huge.
Hello everyone, good morning. We'll be starting our table topic sessions. But before that, a round of applause for all the speakers today. There was different tempo in speech. You know, some few people talked about thought-provoking speeches like Sachin. You know, it felt like a slap on the society, but that slap was needed. So thank you for that. You know, we also saw Yogesh inviting Sachin for a coffee date. So good luck to you. And you know, one other point that I really liked was, you know, how he measured that, you know, how failure can turn into success. A weak adhesive converted into a successful billion-dollar idea. So if you are in a garage, you know, finding yourself with some weak adhesive, call the police because you might be kidnapped. And with that note, we will start our table topics for today. For the table topics, you would have 2 minutes to speak. We will alternate between guests and the Toastmasters. We'll start with the Toastmasters. We'll keep it simple. So I'd like to call upon any volunteer. Yeah, please. Hello. So, Bhavya, your topic is, if you could instantly master any skill, what would it be and why?
Okay, so great question. So if there is one skill which I can master right now, it would be influence. The power to influence people. Because that is something which I feel is really important. Imagine you are at a home. You are sitting beside your wife, and suddenly an argument pops up. We should go there. But you know that tomorrow you have a very important meeting coming up. But how do you convince her? So situations like these could actually get a bit challenging. But if we have the power of influencing other people or power of persuasion, then we can convince, and that can actually help lead our life a little bit simpler. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavya. Power of persuasion, a great thought. Now we have less guests today, and as a table topic master, I would first ask for a volunteer, or then I'll ask any guest to come in. So do you want me to spot you, or do you want to volunteer? Are you volunteering, sir? Please. A big round of applause for Pankaj. So Pankaj, your topic is, describe your ideal Sunday.
Describe my
Your ideal Sunday. Pankaj.
Future Toastmaster. So, if I describe my Sunday, actually, I'm thinking like how to pick the best one that I spent. There are so many variations in my Sunday. So let's go with this. One, I think, I woke up around 11 a.m. before I start coming here. So because I had to, wake up very early. So thanks to Toastmaster for making my Sunday very great. Now I woke up at around I think 7 a.m. Then I go for a small workout, cardio, and then I start to my journey from my home to the Sirius Tower. I came here and then I have one of my friends, Yogesh. So we go to a different restaurant, cafe hopping. So we do sometime that. And we got free by around 5. Then I go back to my home and start reading something, so that I have some example to tell about the serendipity as Yogesh had. So I was even before that I want to tell you one thing. So I was coming here on the serendipity and I was thinking like which topic if I get on stage, so which story I'll tell. So I had the perfect story in my mind, the insulin one. But this person has taken that story very beautifully. Then I was thinking, okay, next, let's go with some other story. Then he has taken the second adhesive one too. Now I was thinking, okay, no problem. In the worst case, I can take the story on myself, which was my own life journey. But this person. Okay, so I think that's all about my Sunday. And I have a story left on the serendipity. So let's close with that. So in 1945, there was a scientist named P.R.C. Spencer. Thanks, he has not taken that yet. So he was working on an experiment on radar, and he found something very unusual, that the chocolate that he has in his pocket got melted. And he thought, like, what is the reason? So he has seen that from the radar experiment that some rays were coming, and he has experimented it with different things like eggs, which got blasted, then popcorn, which got popped up, and then finally he found the microwave. So this was a discovery of microwave by the accident. So last thing that I want to say, sometime when your chocolate got melt, so life don't want to ruin it, but it want you to see something beautiful and reveal something good for you. Thank you.
Thank you, future Toastmaster Pankaj. A great speech indeed, right? He was able to bring in different aspect of what happened today, and also was able to connect it with his personal life too. Amazing. Thank you for that. Any volunteers from the Toastmaster group? Or I can. Huh? Would you like to? Okay. So
Toastmaster
in
Suchi.
that case, anyone?
Suchi, Toastmaster
All
Suchi.
right. With popular demand, Suchi. Hello, Suchi. Long time. Welcome. So, Suchi, your topic would be, what small habit has made a big difference in your life? What small habit has made a big difference in your life? Toastmaster Suchi.
Good morning, everyone. So one small habit that I have recently applied in my life is planning my day and writing it in diary. Along with the time, the date, and the people with them I'm doing this. So when I have written everything, then it makes the changes which I want to do in my life. And it's really working.
Suchi, are you a CA?
No.
Okay, teacher. So writing is your hobby then. Yeah. All right. All right. Now, again, would any guest like to volunteer? Yeah, please. After my please. Ronald, welcome. If you woke up tomorrow with no internet, how would your day change? Keeping in mind that multiple people have quoted examples of their 2 a.m. Instagram. So, please.
So if I wake up tomorrow with no internet, it will be kind of a very absurd day for me because I am heavily dependent on internet because I work in a company which is kind of ruling the internet, that is Google. We are deploying ad sales solutions for our customers. So it will be difficult from professional front as well. And from a personal perspective, I use internet a lot for daily news consumption, read about content, see a lot of sports, cricket, watch a lot of podcasts and all. So this is the kind of information that I get. But let's say if internet is not there, I will utilize that time for a lot of things that I have not been able to do in the recent past. Let's say taking up sports seriously. I am a huge cricket fan. I used to play cricket a lot. But currently, because of job and everything, I have not been able to go to the ground, play a lot of cricket. And that will kind of help me connect back with the sport which used to give me a lot of fun, and I'm sure everyone connects with that particular game really well. And obviously reading books, that is also something that I've not done frequently. I had made plans like all of us that I will read almost, let's say, 1 book a month or let's say 1 book a week. But last year also I could read only 4 to 5 books in the entire year. So these are a couple of things that I would like to do. Do a lot of sporting activities, read a lot of books, try to get into that fitness stuff that can keep my body and my mind calm. And that's it. That's how I use it.
Did you guys notice one thing? Whenever we say that, the internet won't be there, you will start thinking about I'll be the best person I can be.
Yeah, it's like internet stopping us.
Yeah, right? Before internet also, we were not good people.
But that means you're not psychotic.
Yeah.
Now you're psychotic as well.
Yes, absolutely. Somewhere we became more aware. But you know, we started misusing our awareness too.
It's more like we were not doing that good, but now we are doing worse.
Yes. Amazing. Alright, so
Mahesh,
would like to volunteer? Volunteer yourself. Don't volunteer others. When it comes to Toastmaster. Toastmaster Bhavish.
No, go ahead, please.
No, as a table topic master, I'm inviting you. We haven't heard you for a very long time.
Last week only I was there.
But you won't know that was out of pure jealousy. Welcome, Toastmaster Bhavish. I'll give you a big thought provoker because you've always been kind of a mentor to the group, helping us to understand things differently. Is talent more important than discipline? Thank you.
The question that comes to me that has been raised is talent better than
Is talent more important
than discipline? This comes from a personal revelation. I have over the past 20 years or so accumulated a lot of knowledge from very different aspects of life. I've read a lot, taken up a lot of courses. I have done a lot of things, introspected a lot. But unless you have a discipline to follow it through, it is actually a waste of time. And I can assure you with that. But one good thing that came to me was that I was one element that is, apart from talent and discipline, there is a central element which we often forget, and that is the craziness, the passion. I recall I have switched many careers. Most of you know about this. I've switched many careers. And in every career, when I had this passion to work towards it, I used to have those 2 a.m. moments, 3 a.m. moments when I was deep asleep and an idea would pop up. Now, my kind of discipline is this, that I would, amidst of the deep sleep I was in, I would take time, I would risk not sleeping again, and I would note that idea down so that I can pursue something on it tomorrow. Oftentimes, it used to happen because of this deep passion that I would not be able to sleep after that idea had popped up. And I would be up until 7 a.m. in the morning trying to think through of these ideas and building up on ideas within my mind. I've seen some of the scientists doing that. No, I'm not a scientist, but almost there. So, one of the things that I feel, apart from, maybe it's not the right answer, but it is my answer, that I don't believe in just the talent, I don't believe in just the hard work, but if you have that craziness towards anything, even if it is doing this, pursue this thing, and trust me, after 3 years, I can assure you with this, people would buy tickets to watch you do this. That is my guarantee.
Isn't he just amazing, right? I say this confidently while covering my jealousy. And I would really want to see people paying Toastmaster Sachin getting paid for. Alright, yes, please.
Last one.
Last. Last. Thank you.
We don't have actual.
Okay. If you could design your dream workspace, what would it look like?
12 हो चुके हैं.
A workspace? Okay. If books could talk, what would your favorite one say about you? That one? Alright. Yes, sweetie.
Okay. So, if a book would talk about me, what it would say about me is, I'm somebody who never gave up. So I come from a family background wherein education is a very big thing for girls. So my mother had to fight for it. and I had to make sure that she is somebody who fought for the right thing. So for my entire life, I have been proving myself, and I think I'm in a really great place. And my mother is really happy for me, of her to see me at this place. So I think that would say that I was somebody who never gave up. That's all.
So, as the timer is already angry with us, we would like to close our table topic sessions for today. Thank you everyone for participating, and we'll meet after a break of 5 minutes.
Yes.
Thank you everyone.
Reading and
Welcome back.
reading and writing.
Baki, we have a
Yes.
strong. I think we are into some deep conversation right now. And I'd like to grab your attention right now so that we can start our last and final segment of the meeting, which is on evaluation. So without any delay, let's bring out our first evaluator for the day, and we'll be inviting on stage Toastmaster Meenakshi, and she's evaluating Toastmaster. Please give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today it's pleasure to evaluating Alicia. The topic was when I tried something. So Alicia, the topic was highly relatable. The themes you were trying to show was instantly connect to the audience, and we were able to relate that. And that has a lot of self-discovery and self-experimentation. The opening was relevant and engaging. I still remember that the 2 a.m., everybody else was scrolling the reel, and sometimes some sort of activities came around. We want to try each and everything which is coming on the reel. Your posture was confident, stable, and you maintained a composure throughout your speech, which reflect a preparation and seriousness for the topic and the message. Another strong point was your authenticity, because the topic was authentic, relatable, and personal experience. Well done on your clarity of voice. We were able to listen properly, and we were able to relate with that. Then I'll come to the recommendation point. First, the voice variety and vocal expression. Means you throughout all the speech was having the same voice variety and same kind of notes, which I would suggest you can add some experiment towards it, because the moments like you were surprised to see something, the algorithm matched second day, so you can show some sort of excitement by having some expressions or by changing the voice module, like, oh, I again got this reel. So that was, I felt somehow missing, because it was very plain speech and you were confident delivering it, but the excitement was, the voice variety was little bit lower side. Second, I also feel that the pauses was there, but intentional pauses was missing. Means if we are trying to relate with the speech, we need some time as a pause to reflect on it. And because of you prepared a lot and you were able to coming to the point and saying each and everything, just coming continuously, so you were not able to get that pauses, which could be there in the moment of expressing something, in the moment of when you were sharing that, okay, I had finally tried, or when you're sharing that the mandala art started speaking about mandala, then you can take some pause for us to reflect on the what just now you have shared. And with the conclusion, I think you have a very strong foundation of clear voice, relatable content, and confident presence. You can add more voice modulation, emotional expression, and excitement matching with the topic. So that's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you. So to evaluate your evaluation, Meenakshi, I observed that you followed a proper structured approach. It was CRC, and also you summarized a takeaway at the end. Also, what I liked about your evaluation was, especially when you're talking about the recommendations part, you went into a little detailed, which could be very much helpful, like when to use a pause, or specifically the voice when it was lower and stuff like that. Other than that, I have a few things that you can be mindful of. like similarly, you had something for recommendations, right? Now we need to have something for commendations as well. So you try to elaborate those as well. What were the good aspects specifically? So be specific in that genre as well, along with the recommendations. I think it will be all set. With that being said, let's move on to our next evaluator, and our next evaluator is Toastmaster Manish, and he's evaluating Toastmaster.
Hello again. So I had a privilege to evaluate Sachin on his speech. To begin with, I would like for all of us to clap for him once, to be able to choose a topic such deep, because these are the kind of topics that need words. These are the topic that needs to be spoken about. And most of us, I have realized it personally, that whenever I'm giving a speech, I have realized that 90% of the people, they are looking for humor in a speech. And to be able to take that courage and that risk of even ruining your winning, it's worth it. Thank you so much for doing that. We begin with speech clarity. I think it was a great speech. He was very confident with the topic that he had in mind. There is something that I would like to come back later. Vocal variety. Everybody knows that he does have a great accent to be able to carry it forward. People listen because the kind of environment he is in, and people listen to the kind of accent he has. But I also believe that there are certain words that could have been emphasized a little more. And there's something great about pausing. While the pausing was a very soothing effect in your speech, what I realized was, certain times the use of pause is like this. You speak of the whole sentence, and to create that suspense or emphasis, you take a pause and then one word that follows, people absorb it deeply. But what I felt was maybe the pauses were 2 or 3 within a sentence itself, which eventually people get lost. They lose the whole essence of the sentence that was coming along. So maybe that is something that we can work on. Also, I feel tonality and voice modulation is something that you can work on. The speech was great, the content was great. You had the space, very relaxing thing that you had. The presence itself was very relaxing. But when you want to emphasize on a topic like this, maybe it's a good idea that you can play around with vocal variety and the tonality. Eye contact was amazing. I saw from this end of the spectrum to this, he had a good uniform eye contact with everyone. He was very much aware of the audience. He was taking the feedback with his eyes, which I saw, which is a very rare thing. Gestures, I believe, open-handed, very appropriate with the speech. All the hand movements were very synchronized. It was like a dance of words that he was doing with his hands. Comfort level, I feel he was very confident, very comfortable on stage. I would still give it 9 out of 10. The only mark that I'm missing out is probably because of the heaviness of the topic. Otherwise, nothing. Interest, I looked around and each and every individual sitting out here was super interested in what you were saying, and that you had a great absorption in terms of their attention. Again, like I said, the speech was very slow paced, creating that sort of impact that is it requires, but little too slow to make a meaning. So maybe something that you can play around with in your next speech. I think you'll be able to do it greatly. Expressions that you asked me to look forward for, very deep expressions. I mean, I felt, and I think a lot of people felt deeply, it touched emotionally the kind of way you presented that topic. So you could resonate with the audience, which is an amazing thing. The good part is great pacing, very impactful speech, very good topic. Pauses made it more deep, and the audience were able to absorb your content. And the great subject to have picked up on. There is improvement is maybe opening can be a little more attention grabbing. Tonality and voice modulation is another thing that I've already spoken about. I think that's pretty much my evaluation. Thank you.
Just to evaluate your evaluation, I think it was very well structured and you went into the detailed and final aspects of the speech. Only one recommendation I would have for you, otherwise it was a picture perfect evaluation, is that you just also summarize something at the end, so that if you want to give the speaker a single takeaway from all the points, the most important one, just summarize that. So that would be a good way to close the evaluation. Now let's move on to our next evaluator, and our next evaluator is Toastmaster Harsh, evaluating Toastmaster Vishwajit. Please give him a round of applause. Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you, GTM Saurabh. Vishwajit, it was amazing to see you present your speech today. It was well thought of, very well structured, and I'll start with my report. Now the speech had a very good and an amusing start. Everyone was, you were able to grab the attention of everyone in the audience, right? You really stepped up today. You spoke about being resilient and believing in oneself rather than running the rat race specifically. It was a good, strong messaging that followed throughout the speech, so it was very well managed. Now talking about the key parts of your speech, this speech was specifically about voice modulation, right? So we'll come on to that. But during the start of the speech, there was a lot of stage movement, right? Now, stage movement is good, but when it signifies either a transition, or if you are making a point while coming ahead, or emphasizing on a few things, or while addressing multifold views of a single point. For example, 1, 2, and 3, right? This is how we can do that. Just to help you enhance your. Talking about the vocal variety, the speech had a good loudness. Everyone was able to hear it. It was very clear. Now you sounded very confident. The pitch throughout was very comfortable. But at some point I felt that there could have been variations while you are passing on an anecdote to the team. For example, don't be that Sharma ji kala, right? And then you can take a pause there. Your voice was engaging. It was very well throughout the speech. Articulation can be improved a bit. Now the rate of speech. Now during the start, the rate of speech was a bit high. Slowly it got balanced in the middle, so it can be managed well. Now, finally, you had amazing eye contact. You had good pauses and amazing hand gestures, followed by strong ending and messaging. Now, one thing that we can manage it better. I'll just share a few examples that I was able to see. I don't know how much justice I would be able to do to it, but yeah, you said what to ask ourselves, right? You said what to ask ourselves. What am I building? Correct. So it can be what to ask yourself. What am I building, right? And again, example, what are 3 things that I recommend you to do? Keep a personal scorecard, start a good habit, and use competition just as a data point, right? Apart from this has been really great, Vishwajit, and congratulations to you on this speech. Thank you.
Now to evaluate your evaluation. Specifically, I like that you were extremely deep.
Caught everyone's attention. What has happened there? So well done on that. The second one, you took us, holding my hands, you took me to that room. I could imagine that room. There is a door. The parents are inside. There are 2 rooms. The room is locked from inside, and there's a body inside. I could see it from my eyes. So well done on the picturization of it. I also like the wordplay that you had, in which you said whether the door was closed or was the door made to close. That subtle pauses that you had. So well done on that. The directional part was really good, Pushpendra. A few things which I would like to recommend to you in your speech. So the moment you started your speech, you went on the left side and you spoke about the past. After that, you moved to the CBI officer on the right, maybe to the next day, and then you came down back to the center. This I found a little odd. Maybe you could have had past, the next day, and the ending. Something of that sort. I felt if the stage movement could have been I found a little bit confusing. That could be worked upon. Second, I would just request you to work on your clarity of words, especially when you look on the left side and you speak. I couldn't hear a few words correctly. So maybe you could work on a little bit on the tonality and the vocal variety of your words. The third part which I would really request you would be the ending of your story. I thought the ending could have been a little better. Maybe you could have said, like the Toastmaster of the day actually revealed what the case was. Maybe you could have said details about the case, where is the case now, and also while starting you could have said on the 13th of February, you know, giving that importance because it's a story. You add dates to it. You could say, you could talk about the weather, it was a cold night. You know, you could have artistically done it better. And in the end also, maybe you could have shown your phone again. Is this a 6 or a 9? Maybe you could have ended it on that note. You take it around the circle and end it by showing your phone again. Maybe these are a few things that you could try in your speech. Overall, I really liked your representation. You're a master in that. You took me to the house. It was a very emotional story. We all resonated. Storytelling skills are really good. I would just request you to work on the ending aspect to keep us hooked on and take that story with us when you walk out of the door. Thank you.
Now to evaluate your evaluation, I think it was a complete evaluation in my opinion. You did cover the aspects and you were very specific about it, and you also gave an example on how you improve upon it. So that was very well done. You picked 3 topics, movement on stage, the vocal projection, and I think third one was
the ending part.
The ending part, yes, the storytelling ending. And also you summarized the whole evaluation as well. So I like the whole evaluation. That is the way you do it. So if you want to learn good evaluation, I think this was a very good example of the same. Now let's move on to specifics. Let's invite on stage our grammarian for the day. Please give him a huge round of applause. Sailesh, with grammarian's report.
Okay, this is my first time being a grammarian, so please be kind on me. Okay, so first I would like to start with the usage of word of the day and idiom of the day. To be honest, only Vishwajit has used idiom of the day in his speech, and Harsh in his evaluation has used resilient, and he has used word of the day here. Apart from that, we didn't have anyone else using it. That's fine. Okay. Okay, coming point to the good part of the topic, tabletop. Sorry, what is the first? Speakers. We had first a speaker, TM Alisha, in a speech. She had a very good nuance on what she was talking about, how she was taking people to visualize Mandela art with the grammar, with the words she used was really good. There are a lot of, me without having any context, could get a bit hooks and jinx of what it is and what are we talking about. That was really good. Then going to TM Sachin, most of the tenses and nouns are exactly on spot, like which was really clear whatever the uses you did, and part of speech is very good. Going to Toastmasters Vishwajit, one thing that I really liked about is the vocabulary. The diverse words that you actually used were really good. Some of the examples such as snapshots and data points and a lot of other words that you used were really good and like took my attention towards that. And going to TM Pushpin. So again, you also had your tenses and nouns were very on point, and the hook of your 6 could be my 9 was really good, and as a grammatical point as well, it was really good. And now going to table topics, we had first speaker as TM Bhavya. So yeah, he had very short and crisp points. It was very short. Most of the speeches were very short, so I didn't have a lot of inputs to give out, but it was clean and it was very clear. The grammar was pretty good. Yeah. For the points, that's a good point of everything. And even to come into Toastmaster Bhavesh, you are again very much clear on your vocabulary and diversity of words that you actually use. Great job here. So this is all the pros that we had in the session. Now going to cons and like the whatever improvement that we as a group can make together is parts of speech. I have seen a lot of people missing some of the part of speech, and the words such as so there are some filler words, like we have a lot of emphasis on it, but some people also miss using them in their parts of speeches. And we could also have there were a lot of people who were missing the tones, such as singular nouns actually, sorry. The nouns, singular nouns or plural nouns, so people were kind of using wrong words, such as this look interesting could be this looks interesting. And other words such as some of the people also had a bit of fumbling in the words. There were a lot of misses that I could find out. The words were not completely spoken out. It was midly absorbed in between. I think, yeah, that would be it.
Great items from your side. Even though I think you are not prepared for this one, but you have done a fairly decent job with this. So kudos to you. Now let's move on to our next role player, the role of our counter, and we'll be inviting on the Toastmaster / guest Swati.
Hi everyone, I am back with the report and I was playing the role of a counter. I will be presenting the use of filler words, and I know I'm myself going to use a lot of those words in this report too. But let's focus on the speakers who have came here. So first of all, it's Sachin. So he used once, and most repetitive word was perpetrator. So that was used 6-7 times. Maybe that was relevant to our topic. That's why I repeated it. Then Saurabh used 2 times and so 1 time. Yogesh, being on the stage for multiple times, he did really good by using only twice and like twice. Shailesh used 5 times. Meenakshi used once, once, so 4 times. Then Alicia used so twice, and the most repetitive words of her were because and basically, and she have also used ko, ki and to, some Hindi words while she was presenting. Bhavesh used twice, and Harsh used multiple times, like 7-8 times, and 4 times. Vishwajit used so thrice, and his most repetitive words were that and this. Then I did not find anything in Pushpendra, so and Pankaj used twice, once, 6 times so, and is the most repetitive word for Pankaj. That guest, sorry I forgot your name, but it's Ronak, yeah. So he used around 7 times. Sweetie used first 1 time, and Jaspreet used around 5-6 times. So that's all. Those names I didn't mention. Maybe they didn't use many. That's why I don't note it. Thank you, everyone.
So very comprehensive evaluation, I must say. She covered every nook and cranny of everyone's speech. So very well done in that
I think
aspect.
somebody should have noted mine.
I noted one beautiful thing that you said. I couldn't see anything Pushpendra.
Six could be my 9.
Maybe a reason why you're still.
Now let's close this with our final role player, and that role is of timer, being played by Toastmaster Meenakshi. Please welcome her on stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm back again with a report. As initial discussion, I said at the end of the meeting I will present the time report and the report of who has mastered the art of speaking on limits, because in Toastmasters, speakers just don't speak well, they finish well. So the report says the speakers, I will first take the names and the counting, and then I'll declare the winner. So first speaker, Alicia, 3 minutes 58 seconds, allotted time was 5 to 7 minutes. Sachin, 7 minutes 44 seconds. Vishwajit, 7 minutes 37 seconds. And Pushpendra, 6 minutes 38 seconds. From the speaker, the winner is Pushpendra. Can we clap? Next is TTM, Bhavya, 48 seconds. Pankaj, 2 minutes 44 seconds. Suchi, 44 seconds. Ronak, 52 seconds. Bhavish, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Allotted time was 2 to 3 minutes, and the winner is
Bhavish.
Pankaj.
1 to 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 44
1 to
seconds
2
is the
minutes.
closest for the
No,
winner,
no, 1 to
right?
2 minutes.
1 to 2
and 30
minutes
seconds
with
of
30
grace.
minutes grace.
हाँ,
30
but
seconds
Bhavish was
grace.
the best. 2 minutes 30. He was on time and
She was showing red card at 2 minutes 30 seconds and 7 minutes 30
Yeah,
seconds.
so I'm giving 30 seconds.
Please take your words back.
No, I don't take my words back. They
As
cannot
per
be possible.
Toastmasters International, the table topics time is 1 to 2 minutes
But
with
I
30
cannot
seconds
give
grace.
you the winner because you.
No, I'm not asking for
44
me as a
seconds.
winner. Just a correction on your part.
He's asking for me.
Okay, let me repeat the again. Timing closest is 44 seconds, 52 seconds, 2 minutes 30 seconds.
So 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Bhavesh is the winner. Happy?
Fine.
Clap, please.
Why correction जरूरी है?
If you are
Next
happy,
is for the evaluation.
clap your hands.
Yeah. Okay, for the evaluation, Meenakshi, I have not noted the time. Bhavesh, 3 minutes 40 seconds. Harsh, 3 minutes. And Jashpreet, 3 minutes 10 seconds. The winner is Harsh, 3 minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you for clapping.
The best timer goes to
That was a
Meenakshi.
very interesting approach. I did not expect some kind of gamification in this process. that was really unexpected for me. But we need to know your criteria first. So
We evaluate.
I was not sure about the criteria, what exactly the
आज की best timer.
criteria was, but it was interesting.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was something different.
Right.
So different is always encouraged because it is you are experimenting and trying to do something better with the role. So good job on that. Now let's bring the whole session to the close. But before that, I'll give a general evaluation of how the meeting went on. So first and foremost, some of my general observations. This is not for a specific person. This is for the meeting as a whole. What I observed was a lot of roles were not pre-assigned, and I think that created that initial disruption, and a lot of people were confused, and we also, because of that, as an effect of that, we started the meeting about 10 minutes late. Other than that, I would also encourage people to clap whenever someone comes on stage, and also shake hands. Do not leave the stage without transferring the stage to the person. So just walking off the stage before someone actually hands it off to you, so that's something to be avoided. Just be mindful of that. Now let's look at how the teamwork session was. As a teamwork, a few things that are expected from a teamwork. First and foremost is that you are supposed to be like the connecting dots between the speakers, and you have to introduce and build them up. So I would say that the story was interconnected in terms of what is the theme that you are trying to build up. One thing I would like you to do for the teamwork role is to build up the speaker. So build up the speaker.
Okay.
So in terms of if you are inviting on stage, there has to be a big build up. There has to be some kind of excitement. So that was that is missing, because you're also the MC. Remember, you're not just telling your own story. You're also the host of the event. So as an host, you also have to build up about and get the people excited in terms of who is coming next and what they're going to speak upon. So that transition has to be used well. Other than that, also closing. Like if you can say whenever someone completes the speech and walks off, you can take a few sentences just to let the guest absorb it, and then you transition into your topic. That is the only thing I would recommend. Other than that, I think you have done your role quite well. And as for table topic master, I think first and foremost, what you did was the topics you chose were very I would say it is very easy for someone to pick up and actually speak. So that was a very well done in terms of that objective. Other than that, I also observed that you invited both guests and members. They were also very eager in participating. If they were not eager, someone was always there to nudge. So that was a good aspect. So I think you have done your job fairly well. With that being said, now we are at 12:47. So running a little late than expected, but we'll try to close it and wind the meeting down. With that being said, let's hand the stage back to myself, I would say. and being the presiding officer.
सौरभ का वो नहीं डालना है उनका.
I'll shake my arm.
Just tell him to vote.
Yes. So we'll be now starting the voting process. I hope
1 minute.
we need some time. So anyone has any good jokes in the meanwhile?
In the meanwhile, we can take rules for next meeting.
We can take the rules, but
Alisha?
he is already operating it. So maybe Alisha can help us take the rules.
Alisha is the new AFB education.
Okay.
He's the new
AFB education.
Saurabh, it's Bhavish only. Like you can just speak it out.
Sorry?
In the evaluator section.
अच्छा एक सेकंड.
Speakers नहीं.
Rules ले लो.
अच्छा
Next-
okay.
Next meeting के rules.
Next meeting ISC.
अच्छा ISC next meeting.
Oh, no rules.
तो we need to. How many speakers we have for ISC? एक बार ग्रुप पे देखो नमिता ने जो पोस्ट किया.
मैंने उसमें ही changes कर
By
दिए.
the way, I'll make an announcement on ISC. So next meeting will be not a typical meeting. It will be a atypical meeting. It will be a contest level meeting. So in essence, if you are a guest, I would like to. So what happens is that every year there is an event which is a contest, and everyone participates from different clubs. So from our club, say 4 to 5 people will be participating or more, and they will be going to the next level, and they keep on going up the level, up the chain, and finally they can represent India or maybe at an international level. So you will be having a very structured speaking. It will be a good experience in terms of the speeches, because this will be very good quality speeches if you want to absorb and listen to it. But the rules will be a little tighter. There won't be any participation with respect to table topics or evaluations. Just the speakers will be on the stage. So it's going to be a different type of an event next week.
It will happen here only?
It will happen most likely here. The room may change.
Room may change, but venue will
Like
be.
last week it was there.
Yes. If you have taken part in the table topics.
Alisha,
Last time
5
also I
speakers
was
के
on
नाम
the
एक बार.
So as a competition was there.
There was a competition, yeah, similar kind of competition, but this will be for the speeches instead of table topics.
Right.
You can take the roles for the next.
नहीं अभी 5 speakers के नाम है. We need to take more speakers.
Okay.
For ISC.
For
कौन
ISC.
कौन है?
For the speakers.
Alisha, can you read aloud the name?
Okay, let's start the voting process. So I'll just announce the names for the respective roles. Let's start with our speaker roles. We had Toastmaster Alisha, please raise your hand. Then we had Toastmaster Sachin, followed by Toastmaster Vishwajit, and ending with Toastmaster Pushpender. For evaluators, we had Toastmaster Meenakshi, then Toastmaster Bhavesh, and then Toastmaster Harsh, and finally Toastmaster Jaspreet. Name is not written on the website. And for the supplementary role players, we have Grammarian and Salish, right?
Yeah.
Then accountant was Swati, and timer was Meenakshi. And finally, for the role players, we have team mod as Yogesh and TTM as Harsh. So cast your vote, and in the meanwhile, you can take the rules.
In the meanwhile, you can take the feedback of the guests.
Yes, I can take that.
That's right.
Very, very prompt. Very prompt. He's like, okay. Let's start with the observations that as a guest you have observed today. So just share your observations and any kind of experience that you have experienced today. So let's start with you. Your experience for the day.
Yeah. I was about the question. So I like the overall experience. Yeah, and I'm happy to learn.
Wow. Vishwajit, she's ready to join. Take care. Membership conversion.
Sachin, have you completed level 2? पुष्पेंद्र ने बोल दिया हार्ड करना है जसप्रीत तो स्टार्ट हो गया
So what about you, Swati, after such a long time?
After such a long time, it's a good experience again. Obviously, the MBA
प्रशांत का हुआ है, मैंने किया है approve.
friendly environment which helps us grow is very.
प्रशांत का हो गया है, मेरे को मैसेज
Would you like to share your experience? You put you on spot as well today.
नहीं भरा नहीं है उससे बोलना
I think I will be converted.
विश्वजीत
I was just waiting for some time to
आपका भी तो हो
become a
गया
Toastmaster. Earlier conversations, like there was not many, the slots were not open, but I think I'll be mostly by March I will be Toastmaster.
So our pastor is right over there. Just joking. Don't take that seriously. But yes.
Hi. So for me, this was the third meeting which I have attended. I also made up my mind during the meeting itself, and I have spoken to him and also to Hitesh as well as. I also got sold off that I need to be member as soon as possible. Had little hesitation earlier, but in this meeting I kind of made up my mind. Wow. Very good ambience, very supportive, personalities that I can see, very experts and some beginners as well. So can't wait to start playing some part in that as well. So, thank you.
Thank you.
No longer guest. This is the first meeting as a member.
Wow.
So looking forward to many more sessions and many more productive sessions like these, and this gets me up at 8 AM on a Sunday. So
Converted.
I think so. Perfect. Thank you.
So I would like to say one thing. The best part about Toastmasters Club right now for me is feeling the relatability, because every topic, every speech, every table topic that was given, everything that was said, even the word of the day, idioms of the day, the word serendipity, I felt like I was able to relate every part of it. So that made the challenges that I'm facing in my personal life, that made me feel like, okay, this is something everybody is going through, this is something that is very normal, and I can find a way to get out of it with everybody here together. So I think that part, feeling relatable, was something that's really amazing about it. Thank you.
That's a very strong and emotional thing. I think a lot of people can relate to that as well.
Yeah, this was my second section, so the experience was amazing, and like the previous session, this session also, I like the feedbacks that were given to the speakers. That was really amazing, that people can work on whatever they have spoken and then take an active feedback and improve on those learnings. That is something that I take away with me.
Thank you.
So it's a first session actually for me. So yeah, actually I'm enjoying the conversations here. It's a good environment actually. So I'm looking for the another session.
Perfect. You are guest or a member?
She's a member.
Member for
Member.
But she has not taken a role, right?
She's not been coming.
She'll be delivering a speech on 8th of March.
Okay. But I was assuming that she would take up some role, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to push people
you
to
need to
do
push
the
people,
roles.
yes.
So you'll be delivering a speech on 8th of March. Okay?
You have just been postponing next time.
No. Next time is actually 1st March to
One guest
ISCA.
is-
Then
one guest
8th
is-
March we'll be writing down your speech. Okay?
8 March on Women's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So women empowerment only, right?
Finally, I would like to hear from you.
That's our women speakers.
So I really like the lightness of the school and got to learn so much things from people here. And I really like that we got feedback also. Like people give feedback on evaluation also. So it's really a learning process.
एक मिनट
I
यार
really like it.
एक बार ये कर लें
Thank you. So one new thing I got from her was that Toastmasters is also a good weight loss program. just joking. But yeah, I think very awkward silence. Sometimes jokes don't land, you know that. It's okay.
Women's empowerment, women's.
Just step up my games. Okay.
And be resilient.
I'm resilient.
Your jokes will land. What did you say? Step up your game or wrap up your game? I did not.
No, never for it. So, you want to take up the roles in the meanwhile?
We don't have roles for the ISCA.
Oh, so sorry. After that, there are.
Yeah, ISCA we need 2 timers and 2.
Yeah, we need those.
2 timers.
2 timers and 2 essay, na?
Essay, yes.
Why do we need 2 timers?
I don't know.
No, not 2 timers, 2 timers.
Very contextual.
आप रोल ले रहे हो ना, आप तो एजुकेशन के
Next का तो नहीं ले रही
So you will be one of the two timers.
टाइमर बन जाओ
Happy to.
And also Saad.
लिख दो वहाँ पे बोर्ड पे टाइमर कौन है और रसार कौन है बोर्ड पे मार्कर है
Okay, so let's begin with the award distribution ceremony. And let's start with the best auxiliary role player. Any guesses from your side?
Our counter.
Very diligent, isn't it? Yes, it is our counter.
First match next.
Was not expecting, but
Okay, next week.
नेक्स्ट वीक ही
Alisha.
अगला संडे बनेगा
Congratulations. Let's go on to the best table topic speaker.
I know all the results.
भावेश भाई भावेश भाई
Yes, Bhavesh bhai.
It's always Bhavesh bhai.
Yeah.
Thank you.
एक मिनट और रुक जा थोड़ा सा.
Now let's go on to the best evaluator award.
Just.
चलो.
Jaspreet, Bhavesh, Harsh, Meenakshi.
Again.
But I think there was a close call probably. But this time it is Bhavesh.
मैं कह रहा था
थोड़ा walk हो जाएगा ना सुबह.
Weight loss इसलिए बनेगा.
You want to feel lighter.
WWE में होते हैं ना मल्टीपल बेल्ट्स विद सिंगल रेसलर
नहीं भाई और नहीं. हो गया. कोटा पूरा हो गया आपका. Now let's go on to the best role player award between our TTM and Team Mod.
I think team what
Congratulations. Thank you.
Stand a bit.
Yeah. Best speaker.
Best speaker award.
Yeah.
Drum rolls and guesses. It's Sachin.
कुर्सी आ रही है बीच में
I know, but ठीक है मैजिक.
But AI से edit कर देना. ठीक है. बस मेरे 3 टांग नहीं आनी चाहिए.
Here today.
Wrong.
Step down your game.
Thank you for coming and joining us in this session. I again hope that you had a great time and your Sunday was worthwhile. And we'll be seeing you again the next week. Do come join us for the contest, and I am pretty sure that you'll learn a lot.
Yep.
You will see a quite good level of speeches from excellent speakers as well.
Now we can take the roles for next ISC, right?